especially teaching tattoo artists like 3D modeling for tattooing, because it's almost like cheating in a sense, because you don't have to think of how the lighting works, how the shadow works, because you literally sculpted it into place. It's almost like working clay. It's the same exact thing. So what's really, really cool about that is the fact that you can essentially create a bunch of assets that you just reuse again and again and again and again. And every single time it's completely fucking different, which is fucking wild. You know?
Yeah.
We're talking about time. Time is very important here. So especially when we're thinking about tattoos. So if we're thinking about a tattoo itself, let's say on an average, let's say it's $1,000 you're charging your client. You can't be spending, 3-4 weeks on a completely scratched off design, because the amount of time you're spending each and every day doesn't merit the amount of money you're making that one day for the tattoo, especially if you do this for every single tattoo, because now you're kind of like adding to that, which gets a little bit insane. So it's really cute to start off with a sphere. Don't start off with a sphere.
Gotcha.
Just don't, because there's so many places you can get already pre-made assets that are, one, royalty free, so you don't get in trouble if you decide to use it for something else later down the road. And two, once you begin to tear it apart and destroy it, you end up making it your own anyway. In the exact process. And there's a lot of different resources. If you're using it for just the 2D final photo at the very end, 95% of what ZBrush has to offer isn't necessary at all. You don't have to make a super clean 3D geometry masterpiece if you're going to be using it for a tattoo. You don't have to worry about those technical aspects. You can fill in the blanks as you're tattooing, type of thing. So you can speed it along. Like I've gotten to the point now where it takes me a couple hours to basically put a design together.
Oh, really?
It's with all the little like tricks and obviously all the assets I've developed over the years. Like now it's to the point where if I have a tattoo coming up, I can be like, okay, cool. So John's tattoo I did over here, I can use those wings, and Brittany's tattoo I did over here, I can use that armor, and I can bash it over here to make Jeremy's brand new tattoo.
Nice.
in about a couple minutes.
Because you're not using. I mean, you're using the same asset, but different perspectives. Maybe you're shifting. Exactly. You can change lighting, so you have an asset that's really easily manipulated. Right.
I'll give you a good example. So I did a skull pack for Tattoo Smart, and in that skull pack, I essentially created one 3D model of a skull. And in that one 3D model of a skull, I think it was like 15 different poses. And I created 3 different lightings for all those. And they all looked completely different, even though in reality, it was just one skull. So it's like you take a little bit of time in 3D to model this one thing. And then, dude, you can milk the crap out of it, essentially. Like really utilize what you got.